flash. He's going to catch out Barker. Now looking towards a long Chizzy. He's just trying to fight any fight that he can take right now. He needs to find something for this. Dink is onto that. The shots from Chizzy are not going to quite land. Brother Bilo's a little bit late to the road seat, but of course wasn't expecting the hit to come in so quickly. Take a little three. You gotta do that, Dad. Why are you gonna do that? Unfortunate there. Donation. Could have had a cheeky little knife. Could have got the. But first, for Nebula, the first of hopefully many for them, because they need all the early starts they can get. That already out to the Vandal Light. Full shield, sorry, it's not even light shield. Everybody full shields here. Plant and only one player falling means that here. The Kraken, if they can upset this 1-to-1 somehow, this would be absolutely marvelous. Triple stack into the hookah. That is taken out. There's going to be a turn attention by Chizzy. Crossfire established. Almost actually able to take Jordan and Junior. Vectors are down. Luckily there's no Vandal dropped, but it's a 4v3 retake attempt. The cards here for Kraken. I mean, just amongst that smoke, playing so close you can feel it, is Noisia. Up on top of the box. More bangable if they do decide to check it, but now active shooter. He's spotted. Shots come in. That's going to be Noisia falling. That needs to go big with his Vandal now. Back of the site, able to find the first one. Brother Bilo jump in from active shooter is good. While Paxi in the shoot, he's going to be flushed by Barker. Now it's up to that. 92 points of HP. Tags up Fulvus to half. Barker going to go for the swing. And Central Turret is on. Fulvus hits the shot. And I said it. I cast a cursed it, but I cast a blessed it maybe. Kraken are going to take the first of their board. That's a thrifty, stole it off a Nebula. NC players in chat asks Wapaxi. Fulvus goes massive once again. And Kraken, they even at that 1-to-1 scoreline. Not what we're expecting to see. This is a crazy start to this game once again. And it's an even one at that. Of course, for members of Kraken, this is a much needed boon. Chizzy's already out on the operator. We're in round number 3, ladies and gentlemen. That's a glass cannon operator for Chizzy to start the shot off. Kraken playing with a little bit of gusto. That even going to be spotted. That's Blade-Storm from that. Goes high on the updraft. It's another kill from Fulvus. They're just wall banging up hookah right now. Any shot that will land, Kraken will take it. Blade-Storm still in play. Junior tosses the fadeaway blast pack. They can rotate over to A if they want to. Junior handles just sigh here to shrug their spray on the wall. That spotted. Jordation got as well tagged up, but they're gonna take it back to shooter. That Barker knows that they're gonna go for that gun. So he holds it. No spike point. They're gonna come out. They swing it. Instead, it's Fulvus again, collecting a much needed triple. Say much needed for his ego. I feel Fulvus is playing absolutely sensational so far. 2-1. Kraken start this one off, and well, unfortunately for Nebula, dropping that second round keeps them very low in the economy. Going to be a bonus potentially here. I say bonus, it's a very loose term, of course. Oh, why Chizzy not the play to go for. Operator is dropped. That's another kill taken while Paxi picks up Brother Bilo with the Trailblazer. I think it's the first here of the Legend stage. It's the first I'm seeing. I don't think anyone is used to seeing a Trailblazer kill come out. Barker trying to fight the Hooker against 3. Here's the Fulvis push deep at the back of them. Jordation, though, good quick trades coming in, I have to say. Finding the kills necessary to keep Nebula alive in a few of these rounds almost. You can see, active shooter. This is his time to shine. 2 players walking the short. Jordation Jr. Both didn't have... So I say Jordation didn't have the craziest performance in that last map. Junior didn't play too bad. They're gonna have to go back massive here because active shooter 1-2 go big in that last game. Prime position to go big once again. Junior so cautious. Attempted wall bang. Signals exactly active shooter. Knows where Junior's coming from. Jordation might have spotted for the swing, and here comes active shooter taken by Jordation. The spike is planted in a bit of the open position, it would seem. Jordation out of the triple box. Junior over towards the lamp hall. Okay, he's got no leads. He's kind of just having to take one-on-one isolated engagements. The shot missed from Junior. That is not what he needs right now. Jordation now the triple box. Spike's planted in the open. Jordation's going to be swinging the left side. Barker's swinging the right. Jordation's going the wrong way, but so is Barker. Jordation able to flick back on. 3k Thrifty goes Nebula's board. That was a full round of Sheriffs. And we're back in an even scoreline, ladies and gentlemen, and it's back to the eco. Or a force buy for Kraken Esports. In these first 5 of the map. This has been an absolutely crazy turn of events. It's just looking to get a little bit better. You can see they have opted to force sets. The Guardian out for Brother Bilo. Gonna be a crossfire established by him and Shuzay again in this hookah. Fragment, paint shells. This is actually able to avoid them, but Junior, he peeks with it. Headshot, landed. Tap comes out from Brother Bilo. Good gravity well forces him to play a little bit more cautious, but Brother Bilo hits the first tap. Not quite able to hit the second. Walk up with the operator over at long here. The Nebula. This is a prime position for Fulvis to just go for a swing, maybe. Dat looking the wrong way. Shot not going to be landing. Dat backing off fully. As our Nebula, active shooter once again. This whole position over at the A site. Flick on to Noisia. Gives away his position now. Get the guiding line out. Active shooter, here's the show. Stop will come. Backs off completely. Gets to the safety of his teammates. Fight will go down once again. This time to the shower plant. Lockdown from Fulvis, actually pretty good at securing the site. They just have to clear the corners now. 2 players might be looking to be detained. They're all going to funnel towards the short side. Junior's just going to play out in the open. Taken out, traded by Barker. Drop in, active shooter now with a lineup of the ages. Jordation and Dat both cross behind each other. And they're sent to the netherworld. Nebula drop is forced by a round against Kraken, who had a glass cannon operator and a glass cannon phantom. Active shooter, I don't think he had armor, and they're not great for money in this next round. This is absolutely blowing my mind. This game, this bind is already being absolutely crazy, and you can see still Fulvis leading charge perfectly here for Kraken Esports for the moment. Of course, guns are forced. Economy very low though for the side of Kraken. Again, Nebula, they just stem 1 round in their favor, and this could be absolutely massive Here's going to be active shooter finding the first, actually collecting one on the short, looking for a long-range engagement. Fulvis, he finds his engagement, and we'll be finding another bang hit onto Noisia. Fulvis just continues to spectate and spectacular performance. Fulvis with 4. That duration for Kraken now with 4 on the board. And is, again, another crazy round coming in for Kraken Esports. Just when they're down and out in their economy, they keep it going. And you can see 13-3 for Fulvis. Unfortunately, don't have an MVP to give away. But if we had to give it to anyone right now in this series, it'd be Fulvis. Definitely been doing a heavy amount of prac, and definitely not the Fulvis I was expecting coming into this series after Kraken's rough 0-4 start. Might be looking to join Nebula in the 1 victory club. Flash gliding light. Junior trades one on the Fulvis. That's the King frag taken. The linchpin down. Active shooter who's deep in for the push. He finds another onto Noisia. Brother Bilo thinking about the beat too. Almost catching Jordanation. He jumps. He bounces. He's healed. And he's safe for the moment. Jordanation, thanks to his lucky start, has got one back here to help him. Barker. Now, double weir available, no Empress. And Brother Bilo a little bit late to the rotate. Spike goes down an 8. It's all up to how they hold it again. Null coming out, no lead available to be used by Jordanation. Sorry, by Barker. Jordanation we're taking the reboot's not possible because he can't really go for it with Wapaxi and his teammate Brother Bilo coming in. Beautiful triple from Barker. Secures another round for Kraken Esports. Nebula. Well, this is not the way they want to go down right now. And you can see, check out scoreboard really quick. Of course, this is Nebula's map pick. Kraken already took home theirs 13-7. A 5-2 lead here in this first half of Bind. Kraken are playing very well right now. 4 out of the 5 ultimates online. Bladestorm, Empress, Seekers, Lockdown. Kraken Esports. I've already opted to pop the Bladestorm early from Chizay. There's going to be a knife from Jordanation. Actually stops the Bladestorm. Unfortunately, Chizay's going to have to wait it out. He didn't actually opt to force a gun, and it's kind of where Side of Nebula needed to push off of that. The Seekers are sent. Here comes the knives in from Chizay because they're online. Jordanation. Wallbang collateral on the 2. Still 2 here in this site over at B. Fulvis has rotated. Active shooter has pushed the short side. Doesn't have eyes on the spike just yet. He's found a player. Might be seeing that dead in just a second. Back of sight is Fulvis, and Barker knife hits the back of it. Alarm has been triggered. But the discipline is good from Fulvis. Another on the wall bang to Jordanation. He patches a bit of his own medicine. And it's not the great kind, it's that gross kind that you fed as a kid. That's that sour taste left in the mouth of Nebula. It's a 6 on the board for Kraken, of course. A valiant effort for Nebula on the eco. Oh my god, again, Fulvis 16-4. Lockdown already online once again. Second of the half, and we're only 8 into it. Fulvis superseding expectation. Now he's gonna go for a wide peach. He opted against the operator. He knew what happened last time he went for a very wild swing like that. Trailblazer out. The swarm is on, so Noisia can't push through. Good ball from Kraken, I have to say. He keeps Chizay out of harm's way, keep him safe and sound. Noisia, Wapaxi. I'm going to be securing the ultimate orb. At the other side of the map, that's looking to walk it out. Holding just outside of the teleporter. Barker actually goes for the quick rotate, and it might need to rotate back just as quickly. Here come the paint shells, and here come the sight hit for Nebula. They have gravity wells, cosmic divided off Fulbus. As he's able to duck behind this cover for the moment. Active shooter comes with the heal. Well, the Bilo soon to join. Nebula placed on top. Good little peek there from Noise. A smart call. Drop the star down. Here comes the retake. 3 players here for Kraken to walk it up, and his brother Bilo the first point of contact. No spray landed for 2. Both picked up by Junior. Traded by Chizzy, but traded back by Wapaxi. Third on the board for Nebula. A much needed one, of course. The Kraken, their economy still on an even slacking right now. Feeling very, very confident. The play. Still 3 rounds in the lead for Kraken, and of course they still have a bite. They still have ultimates. Lockdown Empress with the Blade Storm Showstopper that could go big here in a tight confined space like this hookah position. Chizzy has been spotted by the alarm bot. They actually know exactly where it is. Even up the knife from Jordan. Fragment comes in. Chizzy gonna be standing ground, and here comes the lockdown. Here comes the Showstopper, not gonna get its mark this time around. Jordation's taken by Chizzy. That's spiked down in front of hookah. And this is a good position now for Kraken, finding that first kill. Jordation a little bit overzealous to take that duel. It's retrievable. Picked up. Chizzy taken out. Fulbus now needs to back off completely. Brother Bilo still up in this hookah line. Trailblazer guiding light sent through the teleporter here. We've seen a few of those from active shooter. Oh, Junior. He's so lucky. Brother Bilo almost catching the timing there. Well, they are going to teleport over. And here's going to be the A plant. You can see Junior on the long walk over. That looking entry into the side. Active shooter. Not going to be spotted on the cross. It's just a sweet, sweet bait for Barker. The guiding light comes through. Who plays out the shower, but blinded. Can't really see much, and they're blinded. The shroud is over their eyes. And Barker, again, collecting another soul to his collection. It's 7 on the board here for Kraken ESC, ladies and gentlemen. Nebula, again, struggling on their map pick. You can see 17-5 for Fulbus. Again, as we said, the lockdown wasn't really necessary. It's still online. It's another eco here. Jordation that kind of need to go big with these ultimates. They do have the null command. They could actually stop all the util that's in play here. Or Chizzy and Brother Bilo in this hookah line. That's what they need to do. They need to win this hookah duel because it's of the utmost important. I believe Chizzy just tried to shoot the fragment while it was in air. I don't think I've ever seen that. Of course. Oh, you know, fragment Fulbus. Oh, okay. Takes out Opaxi, takes out Noisia. Fulbus. Alright. Something different going on. Something different in the air. It's an air of mystery surrounding this Kraken Esports roster, but it's an air of victory potentially. 8-4 here on Binds against the Nebula roster, against a team of storied success. Of course, previous iterations, an org, sorry, of previous success. Gonna breed that with this new roster. Of course, disbanded though on Nebula. Only not playing at the full capacity, but still, they upset Bliss last week, and that's no laughing matter. Nebula are a very capable team if they want to go for it. Junior. It's a really duel against Chizzy. Brother Bilo. Goes for the gravity well. He's going to swing wide of his own smoky. Goes for a few shots. Jordation runs out of bullets. Only 6 now left in the clip. Active shooter takes out that. It's another Trailblazer kill here on Bind, ladies and gentlemen. This time it's from active shooter. Noisia is able to look over onto the A site. Here comes the lockdown though, and here comes the attempt to quick resync. Barker, he's going to be gravity weld. Fulbus taking out Wapaxi. As I said, this is doable. Fulbus though traded back by Junior. Both half HP. Only one shot necessary for Barker to land both players. Noisia behind the box. Barker so cautious though of Junior. Baited perfectly for Noisia to swing. And a 4 on the board here for the side of Nebula, and a much needed 4 for them.
I got enough time to go into the astral force. Up I go.
You can see now we side swap. Kraken attack Nebula out of the fence. They played a little bit more of an aggressive composition.
That'll work.
Because, fortunately, I'm gonna have to reiterate, this is a weak look Nebula right now. This is a strong look Kraken. This is Fulbus just... I don't know what he had for breakfast, but I'd like to know. Playing a deep push from Jordation. Kill secured early. That's what the side of Nebula need right now. It's a trade up from brother Bilo Chizay. Into the showers. The A holds up to Junior. One way with the smoke. Just to come through. Pink shells tossed at the feet. Forces Barker back at the moment. There's a Trailblazer. Here comes a shot though from Dat, who's rotated to heaven already. Active shooter able to walk it up. He's going to be securing the plant. Needs his teammate Chizay to help him out perfectly. He's going to be Noisia off his short. Chizay 1v3. Noisia full HP. A few more half and low. That lands the shot. It's a low blow, but Nebula able to secure it. 5 on the board. Kraken's 8. Goes now. Nebula on a bit of a cheeky little bonus. Darius Marshall, but we've seen what Kraken are capable of with Thrifties. Why we went to such an early lead for Kraken in that last half. We walking up. Slowly but surely, potentially taking some hookah control. Chizay, of course, just over on the lurk. 3 players stacked up at this A site. Dat during the first blood onto active shooter. Swinging wide along. Maybe Fulbus thinking about joining it. You have to be careful. Noisia is holding this jump out. Dat baits the dash with the tailwind cloudburst. Fulbus ain't fooled. He knows he's still in that corner. He knows he still hasn't moved, or does he? Junior, shot on. Pinpoint precise with the Marshall as you have to be. Comes really good at long range engagements. Half tag, here comes Jordation through the teleport. Here comes his teammate too. Barker can't really do much. He's forced against 4 players. Kraken, they secure the spike point though. Big bonus. Star goes down. That walks through it, right click, close range. For the Sheriff, a little bit more dangerous. Right click's failing me today. Barker, little did you know it's been nerfed, my friend. Classic, not the once great eco gun it was once before. You can see a 2-round lead here for Kraken, and a much needed one now coming into this third of the half. Flash sent through by Paxi. I have to say, always an impressive Sky to watch, always an aggressive one at that too. That made it out a shot. Ready to reload. And Brother Bilo drops the stars. Top of Hookah on top of Noisier too. We're gonna walk it up. He looks a different way though. Grabbing up with Noisier in that makes him vulnerable. Now it's up to Zat to go huge. Left side of the site is going to be backing off for the moment. First pick secured. Goes now into the tube and he is forced out by a Trailblaze. The second shot not quite landing. He's still moving. That's when the inaccuracy comes to play. The inaccuracy of this hit needs to be a little bit more accurate. Kraken, Brother Bilo down to 46. Active shooter down to 47. That with another beautifully landed shot. It's a trade though from active shooter. Fighting Jordation 2. That's an awfully brave beat to go for. Junior sneaks through that smoke. Spike will go down. Junior has stuck into the site. There's a blast pack on. Forces active shooter out in the open. Chizze now towards the elbow wall. Will be taken. Junior takes 3 in Nebula. They take 3 in this half. And almost but assuredly close, and even the score at 8-7. Nebula. Now, of course, they have to deal with Kraken's eco. More potential force. That's a phantom out of Barker. Nebula might be looking to go the distance here. Might be looking to take us to a third map, of course. Reiterate. Or ever confused, exclamation mark maps in the chat to keep up to date. Of course, if we go to our third map, it's going to be Icebox, and I feel not a bad map for a team like Nebula. We've seen what they're capable of, especially on that map. We've seen them play it before. That, going for an op shot, this time not going to be landing it. There's going to be a few smokes tossed. Chizze in a compromising position. Taken out by Junior, who plays the nice little off angle with his one way. D. Noisier. Everyone on the Fulvis, and I said Fulvis was having such a great game. He's starting to fall off a little bit, starting to get a little bit nervous maybe. All these players dropping from Kraken, Barker. Like, no, please, anything but Junior coming through with the feint. Flashback, feints him. Still, he's picked up what Packy. I saw Barker move.
30 seconds left.
Feints him. Oh, didn't go with Jordation. They will secure the kill in the end. Nebula up to board their spaceship. Starting to look brighter pastures here. Back in Esports. Now drowning in the sorrows of these last few rounds. It's 4 in a row. Where was this Nebula in the first half? Very dominant, very in control. Very quick to take early fights. For the moment. Even scoreline. Kraken low to a full buy. It's a push. Showstopper. Trade though by Brother Bilo. Taken out immediately. Dat is taking active shooter. That spike down at B. Now it's just Fulvis. All of a sudden, everybody drops. In the blink of an eye from the Kraken Esports roster. See what Paxi. Noisier. Jiggling out short. Shot? Fulvis. Has to be careful though. Flash Jordation actually gives away his position off of that one. Jordation spotted. Fulvis. swings it. Flash comes in. Like it's retrievable here for Fulvus because both players are over at A here for Nebula while Paxi.
I got the spike. 30 seconds left.
Now you can see entry turret place beautifully baited by Fulvus. He can rotate over. There it is. Spike goes down. Dak one Paxi now quick to rotate. Fulvus the lockdown. He's gonna drop it to stall for time. He can know that he can play as far back as possible. Sentry turret spots it now. Looking over the top. Dat almost falls. The lockdown is gonna go fully through. Dat is detained for the longest amount of time just to stall. I believe he will be able to get the defuse off. A valiant attempt from Fulvus. Beautiful shot landed on the one Paxi, but Dat able to save the day once again. If you don't know Clutchy's brother, he's got the clutch potential still in him. Bit of tactical crouching, so it'll be Nebula now in the lead for once in this series, and that's a weird sentence to say. Still, of course, the way that Kraken have been performing, been admirable. You can see Hellblazer sent through. Trying to post it up by Dat. Jiggle attempt, blades from Chizay. Oh, he goes wide. Chizay. That's a dangerous pick to go for, but oh, for it, Noisier. Little does Brother Bilo know he's on the other side of that crosshair. Once that star goes down, it's going to be a chaotic fight. It's going to be one sprayed Jordation. Now Brother Bilo peeks through. Active shooter again. Another Trailblazer kill to add to the total. They just keep collecting them. Luckily that wasn't the spike drops. Gun picked up by Chizay. Kraken now a man disadvantage. Gonna rotate out. Paxi. Over in Lamp though, Junior over in Shower. This is going to be a rough fate to go for. The Cloudburst is dropped onto Lamps. That doesn't fully cover that spot though. Chizay still sneaking enough. Shots landed by Wapaxi Junior, sorry. And Wapaxi secure it. And again, more tactical crouching, some added BM here for Nebula. They're trying to get in the heads of Kraken, and I think it's working because Kraken, they're crumbling. 6 straight rounds. Kraken really starting to falter. So Fulvus still performing admirably, but we need to see a life again from Barker. We need to see some more out of active shooter. Also need to see a bit more out of Brother Bilo, not having the craziest amount of impact in this series alone. Some noise yet about peak and long. I don't like. Broke over it short from Shizay. The rest of them thinking about going over towards the B site, and they're looking to go over into a crossfire setup. Fulvus needs to be cautious. Noisy picks through it, but Noisy gets a both. No trade from active shooter. They're all falling once again. It all comes crashing down. Nebula have found their groove, and they found a 7th round. 11 on the board. Kraken Esports might be having to go the distance here against Nebula. They're not able to stave off these next few rounds. I'll set up in the lamp. We're actually just gonna go straight for this A take. Junior's already started it off. The Warbang's coming in. Junior again. Warbang He's just headshot tapping with the one-way up. This is absolutely clean from it. The side of Nebula. We're gonna put the nail in the coffin. Noisier on the flank. This is a big hold. Junior gone for a third, looking for a fourth. He will not find it. Jordation. Noisier close. 12 now on the board for Nebula. And looking to go flawless in the defense side like we saw from them on Bliss. Looking to do the same here in their week 5 match. Nebula just very unleashed and uncaged, it would seem, Junior on the Sentinels. And the moment, Nebula on the verges of taking us to Icebox. Nebula, so Kraken on the verges of falling so far down the cliff after starting so well. There's going to be attempted shots again from Junior. This time he is able to get to safety. Gravity well. Cosmic Divide out for Brother Bilo. Cosmic Divide put back in place. Players playing either side of the wall. This time the hit goes good for Kraken Esports. They have to be careful of the retake there. The walls starting to fall, starting to come down. Fulvis, no first shot on the DAT. It's an impressive one to hit onto the operator player. Jordation. Odin still in play. Able to find an active shooter, but traded Chizze. Brother Bilo finds another. 8 now on the board for Brother Bilo. Chizze 9 and 17. Not the performance you want, but Kraken. Scoreline they want right now. 9. Hopefully many more to come for their side, but Nebula, they're still, of course, one away from closing it out here. Taking us to Icebox. That would be most ideal for a side like Nebula, who still have playoff contention if they want to. It's gonna have to be a flawless victory run. They're gonna have to win this game, week 6, then week 7 to qualify for the playoffs. And yet again, it might even come down to round differential. Trailblazer through, but Noisier able to find one in the second by the Bilo. Where was the trade, my good sir? That taken by Chizze. That's a good angle to take. He plays it a little bit calm. The lockdown is now dropped. Over spotted Noisier. He's performing admirably now in this second half. He's picked it up. He knows what he's doing. He's secured it. Bag almost secured here for Nebula. Just looking to zip Calamari the squid into the bag. Ray comes through Wallbang. They're all in that corner. And here goes the swing from Barker. He takes the first. Able to heal up. Smiths is the safety. Chizze has Spike. A little do they know that Junior waits on the other side of this teleport. He's not going to be baited. There's attention for the moment. Parker sells ankles. Jordation hits the shot with the operator. Healed up by Paxi. Spike is down.
30 seconds left.
Parker left to do it in the 1v2. Good little flash coming in from Paxi, but the flick back from Barker. Spike is retrievable, and little do they know that Junior on the long road take, but the teleport's taken. Junior is on the long road take, but he's in the prime position now to stop this plant from going down. Barker now just needs to cross the site to plant it. Wallbang potential. Barker doesn't know Junior's here. Spike goes down. Barker wraps around the site. Junior, he holds his nerve. He's actually pulled out the knife. He's going to solidify it maybe in style. Barker's not looking the right way. Tap on. Junior gets it. No knife for the kill to close. 13 to 9. Junior showstopper. Shows a bit of the movement tech. Is he going to defuse the spike? Yeah, he is. There it is. A little bit of added injury. Thought Junior was going to go for that knife. But he goes for the game. 13 to 9. Nebula takes second map, and we go third. Icebox, of course, on the cards here. And what a performance it was out of Nebula there. A revitalized one at that. The timeline looking a little bit grim now for Kraken. If that's the way Nebula want to play, they put Junior on a duelist. And they put him ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, that is map number 2 in the books. Of course, we will be going to a quick commercial break. We'll be back with map number 3 before you know it. It's Icebox and it's Kraken as against the going to be starting that attacking side. We'll be back before you know it. Don't go anywhere.
So who's today's MVP?
I think we can all agree there's a clear winner. It's the double value deal, with 2 tasty classic pizzas plus 2 winning sides. It'll hit the spot.
And well, ladies and gentlemen, so you get to saw a bit of my beautiful face, but of course we're now live into some beautiful gameplay. Map number 3, it's Icebox, and it is Nebula. We're down to the wire there, 13-9 taking home Bind. Now 1-1 in our scoreline. It's going to be Wapaxi finally bringing out the Jet. We get to see it out of him, and Dad swapping over the Reina from playing the Jets. Barker now to the Jet and actually swapping places, which is a very interesting one. Active Shooter going to be bringing out the Sage, Fulvis on the Viper, the Bilo on the Sova. Ooh, Jordation? Is he going to do it? Is he going to lock the Omen? Of course, there was a little bit of banter in the pregame. He didn't get to see it, but Kraken and, of course, Nebula. Jordation, a little bit of a cheeky little guy that he is, of course, asking Kraken if they wanted to go against an Omen or a Viper. Maybe it might be a Sova from Jordation. We don't know. We haven't seen Sova from Jordation at all yet in the Legends stage. Noisia thinking about the Sage. And it's good. Okay, it's going to be a locked-in Sova by Jordation Jr. Now to the Viper. Noisia, Sage, potentially to come to full out this roster. And oh, no, never mind. Reese? Noisia's going to play the Viper. Okay, this is interesting. No Sage here for Nebula. It's going to be Noisia, Viper, Junior. Triple duelist setup here on Icebox for Nebula. We'll see if it pays off. But for the side of Kraken Esports, after such a strong map 1, to fall in the second one, their map pick, and now, of course, we go to third and get to start the attacking side off. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Third map here, Nebula versus Kraken. First series of this evening, and we've already got a barn burner for you. All 3 maps being played out here by both these sides. Of course, Nebula looking to stay in playoff contention. And of course, for Kraken, maybe looking to dash their hopes in this series. But it's an interesting swap, but Jordation now to the Sova. As I said, we haven't seen him on Sova in quite a while. We haven't actually seen him on Sova, I believe, in the Legends stage at all. If my notes and my research don't confuse me. Viper, of course, out here. Looking for some early scouting on the Util. Gonna be some early tags on the Chizzy. That Bob always takes out a player. Junior. Sorry, Jordation takes out one on a Barker. Starts it off beautifully here for Nebula. His first pistol alone. No HP as well for the Sova, for the Bilo. Barker both feeling the heat. They do have a Sage to heal them. They're gonna have to wait a very long time for that. Gonna be Fulvis. Entry over the B site. Got from Junior. All goes up. Right position for that, and Noisia just go for this retake. Paint shells on top of active shooter, and once that Chizzy, the remaining member, falls to that. Another collected shot with the Sheriff. Sent into the Abyss. Flawless first here for Kraken. Oh, sorry, against Kraken, go Nebula. This still means very good things. Very good things for this roster. Well, pistol means it's gonna be Spectres and a Marshal. Jordation still with the Sheriff in play. Noisia. Yeah, the Spectre could be good things to close range engagements against Brother Bilo, especially Barker. Jordation. Hitting Sheriff taps. Gone underrated, I feel. A few of these shots and a few of these kills being found by him. Before with some Barker, they are able to trade it back. Junior now tucked in the corner. We're gonna swing some shots in, only able to collect the first, though. The rotation over towards the B site here. Well, Kraken is good. They've got wall coverage and they've got Patsy, though, still have to be dealt with. Half tag on a Fulbus off the spam from Wapaxi. That is on the flank. He's traded by active shooter. Wapaxi. This could look to go 1-1 here. They're able to secure and stop Wapaxi from going huge here. He's awfully cautious of where to look. He doesn't know where to look for. Brother Bilo. It's over this time, and Kraken Esports, they shake it up 1-1. Now scoreline. And well, unfortunately for Nebula, and now to an eco. Without thinking about Marshall, but only for a brief moment. Because for a brief moment, we want to thank our lovely sponsors. Pizza Hut, LGO led, LG Ultra Gear, Twitter.gg Rockout. You saw all the lovely pre-roll ads, of course, during our commercial break. Again, guys, if you're New Zealand based and you want to get yourself hand on that $20 Pizza Hut New Zealand voucher, of course, only for our New Zealand residents, though. Exclamation mark pizza in the chat, fill the form out. Barker throwing a shot form on to one player. Dat trades straight back, but they snuck in to the corner of this wall. Is Noisy is able to live for the moment. Junior close range with a shorty secures another and evens it up. Spike will go down. There's 2 players left. Junior takes another Junior. Holy. My lord, apologies. We tab off the first kill, but he finds a quick second, and he finds a third. Finds a second on the board for Nebula. My lord, what it is. 5-1 Junior. I definitely have to say, a different change of base off of the Sentinels and now on to the Duelists. Is very strong showing. Back to 1. See, Kraken still have money to buy, but it is a rough turn of affair in terms of the economy. That's not going to go anywhere. Brother Bilo. Interesting to see. We don't actually get to see him on a sober all too much. He goes through the wall, takes out Junior, juggles the guns, and Jordan. Oh, he's going to catch him juggling them. Here's all the sound cues over. Dat is caught out in the open. Jordan. He's going to set up the dart. A little bit interesting one. Bounces a little bit too far, maybe. Jordan, you can see the chat message come up there. He's not feeling too great about that one. Very, very unfortunate to see from him. Wapaxi taken out by Chizzy, holding aggressive crossfire. Noisier. Drops the kill. Oh, the poison orb, toxic orb. It's a dangerous one. Kraken takes second of their own. Now at a 2-2 even scoreline. What is going on here, ladies and gentlemen? Kraken Nebula, they like to trade these first few rounds, it would seem. The one of the mentals break. For the moment. Is 3 ultimates online though for the side of Nebula. With 3 of Kraken Bladestorm. Rez, Viper's Pit for both sides actually, and it's going to be instantly popped by Noisier over at the A site. Paxi's taking aggressive position. Barker's taking position in the kitchen. Does Jordation check this? He's a jumper. There's a trade position there for Barker. Very good. Finding it. Traded back by Paxi, who has the knife out in hands. Gonna be taken by Fulbus. Barker swings wide, and Junior hands the ground. The resurrection comes through. This is a beautiful flank from Chizzy. Good timing from Junior. Expects it where he swings it. Not what you want to be doing against a favorable roster like Kraken. Well, it's now just Dat and Noisier. Both of CS heritage, of course. If you don't know Dat, Clutchy's, I believe, younger brother. I know he's his brother. I'm not sure if he's younger or not. He will be taken. They both fall to Chizze, an active shooter on the cross. And it is a 3 on the board. Kraken ESC. Esports Club. That puts Nebula back to an eco round. Very, very weird way that this game is also swaying. Money, though, really starting to come online here for Kraken. Of course, they were to drop these next few rounds, it wouldn't be all too much. They've got plenty almost for the rest of the half. Showstopper sent deep by Junior. Knows it? Buck in his head for the moment. Operator shot out from Barker. Jordan shooting tagged on the dark. He's tagged on the wall bangs. So many bullets coming out from Kraken. It's one from Wapaxi back in return. Blade Storm popped. Barker on an eco against. I didn't expect this to come Jordan. Shots not landing, unfortunately. Neither of the shock darts. He's just gonna toss them down to walk away to safety. As you can see, Apaxi shot on a Barker. That's good. That's a dink. Perfectly necessary right now. Forbes tries to walk in the sight, but doesn't check for Wapaxi. Endless his teammates. Jordan here to help. It's all shut down. That takes another kill. It's spiked down at A. Picked up by Barker. They're looking to rotate over to B. And there is Junior Lion. Wait, no sheriff shots being landed. It's a Hunter's Fury coming out from Jordan. Trying to snipe the kill on a Barker before he gets to the site. Junior tosses the paint shells in the hole for Chizze's aggressive push.
10 seconds.
Attempts a wallbang. Shots coming through. Trade kill from Wapaxi. Nor do they know that Barker's only on 5 HP. One bullet from Wapaxi is good, but it's a solidified shot. And a clutch from Barker. And a 4 on the board for Kraken ESC. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a round that Nebula kind of shouldn't have won, or shouldn't have come so close to winning, but they almost did.
Here.
Operator out now for Wapaxi. Light shields only. Wapaxi goes across the road once again. Junior. My lord, that's aggressive. Nebula playing extremely aggressive, and Kraken playing extremely default. Forcing Nebula out in the open. Noisia.
Down. Attacker spawn.
Luck does favor the fool. Noisia takes 2. He's very, very adamant about this aggressive play, and so are everybody on this Nebula Ras. The Dat sitting in this corner and will not be checked. Quick one for Bilo. Back down at B. Orvis 1v3. Going to be rough. Ask of him. Needs to find his first kill on a Dat, I feel. And then just a few more after that. Slow walk. What's coming from Forvis? And first one. Can't find the second. Unfortunately, Wapaxi will collect it.
Gun here.
Fortunate for Kraken. Fortunate for Nebula. Stop the bleeding, if just for the moment. Guns still available though for Kraken. Guardian for Brother Bilo. Currently 1 and 7, not having still the greatest performance in this series.
Take out their healer.
That be flying across the rope once again. The dart is destroyed. Empress popped by Dat. Wallbang shot in. Actually half tagged and taken it. Active shooter. Gonna be finding Dat there. The trade kill from Jordanation on the peek through the wall, taking another blow. Brother Milo taking another death to his board. Fulbis. Every day we get to see him on the Viper. Spike down at A for Junior. The wall going to be blasted. Shot from Barker. Shot trade by Paxi. This is, again, not even straight up execs or nothing going on. It's just straight up gunfights being taken and won by Kraken right now. Noisia, your only remaining member this round for Nebula. Like, will be secured over at that B site. It's up to Noisia. One. Bitsu. They'll still have the wall. Hose him completely if he wants to go for attack onto said spike, but he will be found. Taken out by Barker. That's going to be a 5th on the board for Kraken ESC. And we can see and look at our scoreline. Sun starts to set on Icebox. The action still doesn't settle. It's going to be Nebula now to an Eco, and this is potentially where Kraken could start to run away with it. But we saw an 8-4 half on bind, but we didn't see Kraken actually fully run away with it. Knives out for Paxi. Jordanation takes another. This is just Eco for Nebula, and they're hunting for these kills. Active shooter now trying to get behind the wall, trying to get the safety. He might be running in a Junior in just a second. Low HP. Does fall back. It is active shooter taken by Jordanation. Spike down at B. Post up on the line. Shot missed from Barker. That's not the one he needs to be missing right now. He needs to find that quick pick on the Jordanation, but no, he will not be found. Fulbis stuck around. The Viper's pick are all extremely low. He needs to keep his gun out, but drops the snake spike on top of the spike. Stalls for the defuse for the moment, and everybody here for Nebula just has to wait it out. And it is going to be a full eco thrifty round here for the side of Nebula. So they secure 4. Kraken still 5. Nebula, they won that round off an eco, means their money's great for the rest of the half. 3 left in this one. Kraken forced to put their investments to work. 3 ultimates online. Barker, Blade Storm, Rez, Hunter's Fury, Brother Bilo. Maybe we see an aggressive one put into play. It's going to be an Aldrin early for Brother Bilo. An aggressive position being taken while Paxi filters over to the top of the pipes and still looking for that shot. Dashed off the knives though. Attempted push. Blade Storm, that in a prime position. No, Barker. The back. Good shot. No, Paxi goes long range for this one. Noisia tucked in the corner for the moment. Gonna be sneaking through the toxic screen, but so is the other Viper. They've traded positions. Resurrection comes through. Active shooter spots it now. Fulbis can turn attention. Noisia's not going to expect him there either. Didn't even get a sound cue. The rotations to be called. Junior. You can see them all swinging. Can't do anything about it. You can see Donation rotate. Shizze. Late one at that. Shot comes in from Junior. Smart call to go for the aggressive read peek. Little do they know, Chizze's deep with his spawn. Jordation's not going to expect him either in this spot. Smith is over towards A. Junior now needs to fight against Barker, who goes for the swing. Barker, Chizze, Junior. It's Kraken Esports coming up with all the frags right now. It's to the credit. This time of Barker, who's back in full form. Fulbis takes out Wapaxi. 6 now on the board for Kraken ESC. Take a lead once again in this half, but as I said, Nebula, they've got money to burn. They've got all the money to buy for the rest of this, and Lapaxi operator fully invested. And Jordation will be bringing out Phantom. He does have Hunter's Fury. Need to see Nebula play a little bit more furious. They're playing so over-aggressive for the moment. That's when Kraken looked to punish. Viper's Pit dropped. Lapaxi. This shot. Jordation goes for Hunter's Fury. As the ping came out, they know exactly where Fulvis is, but none of it lands. Shots come out. She's actually landed a half tag on to Noisy a little. Does he know? He's down to 26 points of HP. Up shot. Not gonna land again on Patsy. You only get so many. Or Orca's crashing down. Back up. Fulvis. We're gonna take back the site. Looking to reclaim a throne once again at this B. Judge comes out from Junior, but nobody's playing this close range. It's gonna be back up on the high line. Shot comes in. Junior though trading shots, trading blows. Hunter's Fury sent through for the side while Paxi on the operator. Only one bullet behind Yellow Box. He can't really afford the move, but he does. He swings out. Left side fighting for this. Looking for active shooter as well. The wall goes down. Spike World 2. Junior Noisia. Now the remaining 2 beacons of light here for Nebula. And it might save here. Parker holding a wide angle. Spots one on the Junior. Opts to not re-peek it. It's active shooter. Dart in Noisia on the outer side of Kitchen. Gonna be at the top of the nest. He dropped a shot and he tagged up active shooter, believe it or not. It happens onto the spike, and Chizze is gonna be securing it. 7-4. Kraken Esports might be looking for another 8-4 half here, but it's all about the way they play this second. Their attack wasn't the greatest on Bind. Nebula. Of course, this is 6th versus 8th seed Kraken, superseding expectations already. Even just going to 3 maps is a big plus for them. Bigger plus would be taking this series home against Nebula. Dart goes out. Showstopper's popped by Junior. Unfortunately, no one peeking into it. They're going to be playing long range. Barker missed a shot. This one's by the Vilo, but Barker trade stand ground. Jordation. Aggressive position being taken. That. This one up on top of the belt. Oh, Ping Barker calls nice shot, because that was a beautifully placed one. Bullet. Bullet goes up the tube. Active shooter, unfortunately no resurrection available this time around. This is such an impressive position being taken though by Fulvis. Noisia has dropped the spiked carrier though. Expecting this push to Kitchen. Jordation definitely is. Smart call to check. Spike being picked up. Now Chizze, brother Bilo. Trying to take this A side off of that. Will be Dart flying over. I haven't flushed that out for the moment. Kind of need to. He's just sitting top of the default position, but Vilo is going to be losing life. Chizze fades it back on a Noisia, but he needs to make quick work. 15 seconds. Now go 12 and kind of has to just save at this stage. Does have spike, but his A side's not takeable right now. Jordation dash across while Paxi taken heal up from Chizze, and now they need to hide 2 seconds. Nebula almost overswung this one. Chizze takes out one and make it a 4th. Chizze secures all the kills. The round in the end is secured by Nebula. 5-7 scoreline goes. Now the sides are swapped. That and the entire Nebula roster bringing out sheriffs. Fully invested, noisier shoot. You'll hear the shooting duck. Barker falls. Noisier entry into this A site. Those rotation walks up onto Rafter. Takes out another kill with Shizzy. There's only 2 players left. Make it just one Fulbus. Not expecting such a heavy burden placed on him already. Nebula, they just hold W on to Kraken Esports. There was no real crazy analytical play to break down there. That was just hold W, Sheriff's Pistol win. When they did. 6th round on the board for Nebula. Course. Take a look at our kill total once again. 17 for Barker, 13 for Chizzy, but that Noisier really started to make a name for themselves. Especially with shots like that starting to hit. Shock Dart comes through. Doesn't actually finish it. Jordation has snuck up underneath the tube, taken out by the low drops the spike over to his teammates. He wants to go aggressive for this trade kill. We're gonna hit the flick onto his teammate. That's Junior in front of you, Jordation. That's your friend, sir. Swing and another Jordation. Finding Barker. Paint shells tossed, and the spike will finally go down at B, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen. Fulbus and Chizzy. Now trying to aim back game. Playing back this round alone. Checking every single position. Junior up in the nest. Izzy over in the kitchen. Ryan Junior's there, holding for it. Noisier. Fulbus. Ooh. 2 impressive shots. Of course, the time is the essence. Pax's already won the round. He pulls out the blade. Looking to dodge it out. Pulls the shiv and gets it while Paxi takes out Fulbus with the knife after such impressive taps being landed by Fulbus. And our scoreline is tied up once again, ladies and gentlemen. It's 7-7 here. Tied map total, tied scoreline. What more could you want out of this first series? Hero and Legacy, you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer. Because Kraken and Esports, Nebula are still playing and they're still fighting. Third round they're taking in a row. 2.5, of course, for Nebula. You can see Nebula not opting for the whole W approach this time around. They're actually letting Jordation work it up. Good, he finds the first unactive, shoots up, but of course he needs to be careful. Chizzy's on the rafter. That gives a seldom fake. The rest of the team to just hit B. They gunned down Fulbus in the open. The spike goes down. No more kills being found. There's just so many taps. Junior. Oh my lord, man. The magic mustache secures once another kill. Let me up to Chizzy. Duel against Wapaxi. Jiggle fights going on. Junior, he wants it. Of course, Nebula, they want this game. They want it all. Wapaxi steals Chizzy's life and plates on the board for Nebula. They're starting to see the Northern Lights. Kraken starting to get a little bit dark. I have to say, it's been very grim. 4 in a row, 3 in a row to start this second half off of this last map. Kraken Esports. Gonna be stuck to an eco once again. Gareth's only half shields before this active shooter. Coolest place today once again. Dink on a dat. Good start. Jordation though. Hitting dinks of his own, and that's with a rifle, and that's with a deadly gun at that. Barker underneath. Jordation over the top. They're trying to fly. Jordation does his best jet impression. Taking out brother Bilo. Players on the flank. This is going to be active shooter taking out that. And that's just Fury. Actually not going anywhere. I don't know what's going on. Nobody finding Fulvis right now. Active shooter taken by Wapaxi. He's just trying to jiggle and fire some shots off. Flick up attempted onto Noisia. Fulvis actually takes out his Viper counterpart. That's the deal with Wapaxi is dancing? Break dancing in spot? I don't know what's going on there. Fulvis has retrieved a Vandal. Finds another kill on the Jordation. It is too little, too late. 9-7 here. Nebula find themselves a 2-round lead and find themselves still 4 in this second half. And after what we saw, had a Kraken, they struggled a little bit on bind, and them finding chance to close the series out now. As we look to the buy, Kraken still have one left in them. Still have a few more left in them. Operator out for Barker. But we need to see a little bit more on that performance from the rest of the roster. Active shooter's gone a little bit quiet in this third and final map. Wapaxi starts it off beautifully. Quick trade though for Chizze. A good load for Noisia. Nobody was expecting it just yet. They are just holding for this push to come. Here comes Noisia. One make it through. The lineup is too good. Barker trades it back. Plant is secured, and Dat just holding wide of this swing. Barker's full Fulvis now. Trades to Dat. Has to be cautious. Jordation takes him down to 30, but Fulvis is able to find it. 30 HP. Clutches it up big. That's going to be 8 potentially on the board for Kraken ESC. And there it is. Clutch from Fulvis. A little bit anticlimactic at the end there, but beautiful stuff from Fulvis. Unfortunate whiff there from Jordation, and well, that puts Nebula in a bit of a rough state. Their economy not the greatest. They can't really afford to fully force here. They will be looking to do so anyway. Jordation, Noisia, Dat, fully invested. Wapaxi, of course, has the 9, so yeah, can't really blame them for the force, but both teams not in the healthiest money situation. Played storm out by Wapaxi. Gonna hunt his first kill on the Chizze. He's the only player over at Zay's site. Takes one, drops off the screen. Now drawn in the cross. Viper's pit tossed down by Noisia. Needs to stay alive as long as possible. Needs to get to his safe corner. He's actually going to go for the peak. Noisia again looking to line up a spray, but the cover's now blown. They are playing out in the open. Junior takes one, whereas Jordation playing further back. Dak takes another. Knives out from Barker, traded by Jordation. It's over v Sober. It's brother Bilo in the clutch of his life. This round the difference maker. Bilo hits this shot. Jordation, no, he's not going to let him. 10 on the board for Nebula. Pure double digits in that round will suffice for them. Fortunately, still, brother Bilo getting outclassed right now. 2-20. Very rough scoreline out of the young man. Of course, playing a different role, not normally used to seeing over from brother Bilo. Of course, going against a very strong Nebula roster with Dat, of course, standing in this evening. Same with Noisia, I believe. Paxi as well, of course, core of the roster. There's gonna be an active shooter. Shot, dat, trade, bang, trade back. Barker still living in the site for a little bit too long. Two players towards the snowman CC side. Paxi, it's the first brother Bilo. A bit of world of hurt. Paxi's coming in with a knife. They're gonna trade it. Another second. Paxi able to take another knife kill. Another round. Go to Nebula's board. You feel the do or die by here for Kraken. They drop this. It's more than assuredly gonna be Nebula walking home with it. Of course, any time to prove the doubters wrong, Kraken, it's now. They're gonna have to dig deep. Interesting to see neither team opting to use a tactical pause at all in this kind of scenario, especially Nebula being down first map but not scared of anything. Dad wide swings on a brother Bilo, and he just can't catch lucky. Paxi trades 1-for-1. Showstopper Paul Jr. flies and soars through the air. Chizay falls. He does a quick 180 onto Fulbis. Yeah, Spike. He just go to A. Active shooter. Now the only one that's standing between Kraken Esports and greatness. Oh, sorry, Nebula and greatness. Noisia tucked in the corner. Question is, does active shooter check? Yep, he does, but Noisia very clean on the swing. Very clean. Noisia has been all game, really. 18 and 14. Jordation up there with him. Not the cleanest of 1v1s out of Jordation. 17 to 13 as well for Paxi. Nebula now matching series points here. And this is just our first series of this evening, ladies and gentlemen, and it has been jam-packed. Hopefully you've been enjoying so far. We've got another to come your way very, very soon. Of course, just after this, we've got Legacy versus Hero. Barker. Quick tap double from Chizay. You know what? Paxi full active shooter takes Noisia. What just happened? Three players gone in the blink of an eye here for Nebula. Long range Jordation. Quietly in that shot. Just Jordation and that to do it.
Nowhere to run.
It's Fury. Oh yeah, Jordation. A little bit confused about that one. Maybe got a call that I wasn't quite expecting. Toss over the operator. He's just going to toss it out of the map. Doesn't want to give it over to Kraken because there's still one player on a Spectre, a few on the Vandals. That trying to walk this B site, but that wall prime position to stop.
30 seconds left.
25 seconds. All will finally go down. Hunt here. He might find one an active shooter. The shot's not quite going off the way he wanted it to. Dat walks through the wall. Vulnerable falls to Fulvis. That is 12. Now 9. Kraken will pick one up there. Well, Nebula a bit off more than they could chew in that round. Interestingly enough. You can see Bilo finding another kill. Nebula, sorry, Kraken finding another round puts Nebula in a bit of a rough spot. They will go for the force. Look at pitch in the wall. Not in the greatest of spot either. Dat's just able to walk through that one, and I don't know if his teammate brother Bilo knows it. No, Dat's too quick to it. Down low goes Chizay. Just one bullet's all that's necessary at that. Chizay's jiggling it perfectly for the moment. Junior So he's in a moment of his own, and so is Short Asian. They're all in the zone. Nebula might be looking to close it here and now. Fulvis going to go for the walk through, but taken by none other than Noisia. 13-9. Nebula walking home with the 2-1 victory, ladies and gentlemen. Kraken, unfortunately, the makings